Cancer. Cancer singles and Cancer couples. We're going to go with singles first. I hope you guys are having a wonderful February. I hope your Valentine's Day was full of love. Even if you are single, there's plenty of ways to love on yourself and love on others. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. If it resonates, then great. Cross watchers, you guys are welcome. Just, understand that this energy could be them, this energy could be you. Cancer, my single Cancers have decided, you know what? Instead of worrying about love, I'm going to stack this bread. And the best thing that you could do is harvest for your future, okay? There's different ways you can look at this, okay? This is you being about your bag and saying, you know what? Money never left me lonely. But at the same time, don't forget to tell the universe what you do want. It's okay to harvest all the things you do want and call into the universe the things that you do want. We're still in winter. It's not yet spring. We still got a little bit more time before spring. So you have time to, put into motion. There's a full moon coming. I suggest you put out some intentions. Don't start fighting yourself. This to me is fighting yourself. Do not start to fight yourself. Do not go into war with your old self. Your past self is going to try to pop up to see if you've learned all the lessons and if you're ready for the next phase, or if you're going to go backwards to the lessons that you haven't learned. Yes. So, although this is about love, this is also about loving yourself enough to know when you get in this energy, your past self and your higher self and your lower self, your present self and your new self, your old self and your new self, right? Which one are you going to be? Are you going to give in to the toxic habits and, the things that you've done before in the past that caused you to stay in this energy? Or are you going to mastery this shit, get in your bag? Because they're both the same. You see at the top, they're the same. Okay? But it's literally, how are you going to go about it? Because that's what you're going to align with, okay? So take a good hard look at yourself and understand if you're going to start being toxic in your way. Now, when I say toxic, I'm not judging you. Everybody has their own toxic ways of doing things. If you fall back in that, then you're going to attract that. If you self-respect, okay? If you self-reflect on your self-respect, you'll know that anything you call in is a reflection of how you're feeling and what you feel at that moment, okay? So, focus on what you do want to bring into this. Focus on how you want to be treated. How about that? Let's not even picture a person yet or picture these qualities. Picture how you want to be treated. How do you want your counterpart to show up for you? The person that aligns for you, how do you want them to be? Because if you keep focusing on what you don't want, that's what you're going to call in. If you keep going, and this could be you. This could be you learning your masculine and feminine side and your light and your dark. And you have to see, again, I just keep getting called to say that it's something you're attracting into your immediate space. So just think long term. Maybe you don't even want anything right now. Maybe you are focused on your coins and you are strategizing. But in the back of your mind, you always think of your divine counterpart. You always think of the happily ever after. You always wonder, when is it coming? When is it coming? When you get rid of all of your toxicity as well. Because what we're missing is that, yes, other people have their own issues, but what are we doing that's calling them in? Okay? Spirit is giving us this blessing of reflection. Okay? So sit with yourself. Reflect with yourself. Screw the other person. We've already reflected on them for long enough. We know the other person and what they did. This is about you right now. And this is about you getting in this bag again, because this card keeps coming up for you, okay? Get rid of the fears. There's no room for these fears anymore because they don't live here. You see that? You left them in the past. Why are they still a part of your future? Balance it out. Understand where your shadow is to help you and where your angelic voice is coming in to help you. And just rest and rejuvenate. Moon is coming. Full moon is coming. By then, You're gonna be all good. Divine's gonna help you. Touched by an angel. And bam! That's how you align with your destiny. A whole lot of self-reflecting, okay? Lots of love. Love is coming for you. Love is actually on the other side of the door for you. Spirit just wants to make sure you're ready to handle this love. Let me get a card out of this deck for my singles. So love is actually, a divine counterpart is there. Spirit is just making sure that you don't I don't want to say ruin, that's not a good word. You don't prolong this. Yeah. Spirit is trying to get you out of your own web. I've never seen this card before. Spirit is doing what it can to release you from this cycle. So now you have to meet Spirit halfway, okay? You and your higher self have to meet halfway to get out of this toxic cycle. That's a beautiful friggin' card, let me tell ya. Oh, let me tell ya. Okay. Cancer couples. Oops, 11/11. Cancer couples, this may be the one. This is a divine union. This is a blessed union. This is a forever Valentine, okay? And this person, wow, if this wasn't confirmation enough, yes. The person you are with, you are starting to see the positive aspects in them. You are starting to see why Spirit put you guys together, okay? You are starting to see that this union specifically is to remind you that good can happen. This is all the bad in the world. This is all the good in the world. Anytime you start thinking of negative thought patterns, you can reflect on how this relationship started, how you guys deal with each other, how you guys communicate, and honestly see the polar opposite of things that we may have been used to. This person loves watching you get in your bag, and you love them being in their energy. This is a divine counterpart that allows you to be you, and you allow them to be them. This is a spiritual, very powerful relation that allows you to be free. Okay, you see, he's there, she's there, vice versa. Maybe she's giving him free space. It's all about giving space and growing together. Growing together is a big theme here. And, you know, things may come up. Not everything is perfect. But this is a reminder that when things aren't perfect and things do go bad, when there is an argument, when things do come up, it's not meant to break you guys. It's meant for you guys to strategize together as a unit. Anything that, like, nothing really could come between such a divine union. It can only force you guys to work together and come to solutions together, because if ever there's a problem, I feel called to say it's not you versus them, it's you together versus the problem. And that's a big theme. It's got to be the both of you versus the problem, not you versus the other person. Teamwork make the dream work. Yes. You see? Your ancestors are up there happy. This is a union that has been for lifetimes before, and you guys are celebrating this union in this lifetime. Because this is mastering this relationship, whether it lasts forever or not. This relationship is a level to your divine tree of life. And mastering it, getting to it, being in this relationship is letting you know that you are on the right path. Because in your other lifetimes, I don't think you made it to this person. Things kept blocking you from this person, or it just didn't go right. So this is actually letting you know that the path is guided and you are where you're supposed to be with who you're supposed to be with at the moment. And right now, you guys are both in your power so much that your shadow is controlled. Both of you. You guys' higher self are so powerful that outside forces can't do this. You guys are very well balanced. Your shadow is only there as a reflection board, I want to say. I don't know why the fuck I said that. I never say that in my life. But yeah, it helps you know what to cut out. You keep your shadows around just to remind you how fruitful life is, to remind you that those same swords that probably was used to defend yourself before are now used to provide, if that makes sense. That's a divine fucking message. Excuse my language, Cancer. Okay, overall message for my Cancers. Don't get caught up being frustrated with things that aren't there. Sometimes when things get too good, you start worrying and like, should I be mad about something? Should I be arguing about something? No. That's just our lower self, like, itching to pick a fight, itching to look for problems that aren't there. But they're not there because this is a blessing. Remember, always, this is a divinely orchestrated meeting and union. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit be helping me with the words, boy, because I be. Yeah. There's gonna be times where, you have to control it. Where things are gonna pop in your mind, things from the past, things that used to bother you, and you may want to pick a fight every now and then, but you have to understand that's not, you don't even live there anymore. The fights that you pick are not you anymore. You're a whole different person. You're speaking from an elderly point of view, from if you're a woman, you're a motherly point of view, a grandmother point of view. If you're a man, you're speaking life into people. You're not as aggressive. You're way more balanced. This is a balanced union. That's what the message keeps telling me. Is that this is where you're supposed to be. This union is to prove something as a reflection board, to be the polar opposite of everything you've ever been through. So whenever you start questioning faith and questioning God and questioning things, you can always think of this union and say, yo, I really used to put myself through some shit. I used to surround myself with some wild shit. Once I got closer to spirit and was divinely guided, once I realized who the F I am and what I want, I got my happily ever after. And this is why I can honestly say that there is a spirit, there is a divine, because when I think of all the bullshit that I've been through and the toxic cycles that I've been through, I gotta thank God for the king energy that I am in now, whether it's yourself or the other person, okay? There will never be this again. This is not you, this is not where you operate. This is you now, okay? This is you, and these are you guys. What you're used to, you came from this. Whether you're the guy or the girl, you came from this, and this is how you feel now. And Spirit said, I got you, baby. I told you I got you. And you were like, I know, because I manifested this. So if you did and this is just confirmation.